New film Silver Haze explores working-class life in Britain and follows 23-year-old Frankie, who is struggling with the trauma of a fire that left her scarred.
The film is partly inspired by actor Vicky Knight's own experience. She survived an arson attack in a pub when she was just 8 years old. Let's have a quick look before we speak to her.
You all right? All right. I'm Frankie. I'm one of the nurses. Hello. What happened to you? I was in a fire when I was a kid. I've just got a message from someone saying that Jane's confessed to starting the fire.
So, what have you been doing?
What's your problem? Scared?
Nervous.
No. What did she do again? Stop asking me questions.
So, Florence, where are you from?
No, I live in Southend with my nan.
This is Frankie. She's gonna stay for a few days. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
She's a really good woman. I just don't get it.
At the very beginning, the essence of it was love. In here.
Frank, what's more important, justice or answers?
After the fire, I used to say to her, who's going to want to be with her?
Frankie, let go and truly live your life.
Vicky joins us live on the sofa now. Morning.
Morning.
Tell us about the film, Vicky.
So, Silver Haze is my second collaboration with director Sacha Pollack, and Silver Haze is based loosely on my life story. And yeah, it just tells you a story about love and chosen families and trauma and stuff, so...
Take your time and only tell us what you want to, but tell us what happened to you and what the film's based on.
So I was involved in an arson attack 20 years ago, and unfortunately I did lose some of my family members. So yeah, so the Silver Haze is based on my character trying to get answers and trying to get justice for her and her family. You know, I still haven't got justice now, but the film just gives you, or the audience, an insight of, you know, how I've tried to get justice over the years.
And how difficult is that for you to, or in a way, is it therapeutic in a way, to relive parts of your experience?
Yeah, I mean, through film, it saved my life, you know, because I was in a very dark place at the time, and yeah, it's been kind of like a therapy to me, because it's made me realise that I'm much more than my scars, you know, because before film, I just felt like a complete monster and didn't want to show my scars, and I didn't want people to see me, you know, and yeah, I remember in a moment, actually, I was watching my first film, Dirty God, which is based on about a young mother in an acid attack, and that moment I see someone else but with my scars, and I just thought, there's nothing wrong with me, you know. And from that moment on, I've never hid my scars since.
In fact, are you kind of proud of them?
Yeah,
Because what do they stand for? What do you think they represent?
Strength, and I just see it as like my own natural artwork, you know, and I embrace them. And you know, it's taken a long time to get to this point, but I'll never hide them again.
I think, you know, you say it's taken a long time to get to this point. It wasn't just the arson attack for you that was difficult, was it? There was really difficult times at school and college too.
Yeah.
And people were mean, weren't they?
Yeah, I got bullied.
What happened there?
I got bullied quite a lot when I was in school and college. No one just understood me or understood the story or whatever, so they just took it upon themselves. And there were some days where I was attacked going to school, you know, the abuse verbally as well. And it took a massive toll on my mental health. And, you know, I grew up, that's all I knew was hate, really, until, you know, I got into film, and I also work in a hospital as well, so I do that now. So, yeah.
I just wonder, from the clip we've seen, and it looks like an incredible piece of work that you've produced. Does doing that, does it make you feel less anger inside? Yeah,
it's kind of, as I said, it's kind of been like a therapy for me, but also my family as well, because my real sister Charlotte Knight and my real brother Billy and my nephew also play in the film. So it's, you know, it's amazing to be able to have that within my family and give them a bit of light, you know, and it's not all doom and gloom, my life. So I've made something bad out of something good. No, something good out of something bad, yeah.
Yeah, you're leading the way, essentially, aren't you? How does that feel now, looking back at what happened to you all those years ago and those years at school?
Well, I can definitely say that I'm proud of myself now, you know. Yeah, and I just want people to see me as a, you know, look up to me and be a voice that they, if they haven't found their voice yet.
And you mentioned already that you work in a hospital. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I work in A&E. I've been doing it for the last 11 years. And I absolutely love my job, you know. So in both aspects, in film and in the hospital, I'm helping people. So through my films, you know, I've had people come up to me and say that it's changed their way of looking at life. And then same with the hospital, really.
And it's the same hospital where you were treated, is it?
Yeah. I work there.
So that you must have sort of pinch me moments sometimes when you're there working and dealing with patients.
It's difficult because you have to keep going, you know, back to the past and then back to my current situation. But I've managed it for 11 years, so.
And do you think in some ways maybe that makes you better at both jobs?
I don't want to be big-headed and say yeah.
You're allowed to be big-headed, go on.
But yeah, I mean, it gives me more of like a good feeling for myself because, you know, I could have took the other way and been very, very low and stuff, but, you know, I've made something out of it and I'm not going to let my scars defeat me anymore.
So when you see Silver Haze outside the cinemas, your movie, your film, your latest work, the sense of pride must be like, I mean, you were saying when you were watching the clip, this is surreal.
I know. It's just, yeah, I just haven't got any words, to be honest. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful, you know, and yeah, I mean, even my mum, for example, you know, she just sits there and she looks so proud and it's just so nice to, you know, have a bit more happiness put into the family again.
Yeah. So what comes next now?
So I've got a few projects lined up for this year. One short and one feature film, and continue working at the hospital.
How do you manage to juggle all of that?
It's difficult. I mean, the acting is very rare. Like, you know, not rare in the sense, but like it's not often. So then I just work around it, or they work around me.
Monday morning.
Yep.
Beginning of the week, there'll be people getting up, getting ready to go to work who are facing all kinds of issues in their lives and problems and challenges. Give them an inspiring message after everything you've been through. What would you say to them?
I would say if you live in the past, you'll never get to the future. So, you know, whatever life throws at you, take it with both hands and don't let it knock you down. Keep going.
Oh, well said, Vicky. Well said. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
You going to the hospital? You're not working at the hospital today, are you?
No.
Good. All right. Thank you so much. Good luck. And Silver Haze, Vicky's film, is in cinemas from the 29th of March.